Hello everyone, it's Aditya Formaster and welcome to a new Sketchup speed build. Today I'm building a house called the Modern Mountain House and number 1, and currently you already see why I'm calling this a mountain house, because we're building a mountain, or actually we're editing terrain in Sketchup. I found out the way this worked, and I'm honestly very happy that I found out what it works like, because editing terrain is really something that can actually make a house so much different, because adding a mountain can really make a house just so much different compared to what a house looks like when you just build it on normal flat ground. I kind of had enough of building on flat ground. I wanted to build something different, something on a mountain, and I had an idea for a house to build on a mountain. So I decided to kind of look into what editing terrain works like in SketchUp, and I found out the way it works. If you'd like me to do a tutorial on how to actually edit terrain, please let me know, because then I might actually do a tutorial on that. I think really do that. So if you'd like me to explain what it works like, just tell me, and then I'll make that, because I think this is really a cool feature which can really help you to make better houses, actually, or just better designs, because you don't only have to make houses, but just anything, if you know what this works like, will look better, or at least in my opinion it does. And I think now I know this, I'll definitely be building more SketchUp houses. I always say this seriously, but the point is that sometimes I just start in SketchUp, and for some reason you kind of need to have that feel once you build a house from like, this is looking good, and often you actually don't really have that until the end. And therefore I kind of get like not really demotivated, but still kind of demotivated to actually not continue building this or building the house I was working on. But I must say that once I actually work with SketchUp again and I like the end result, I'm really excited to actually work more with it. Also because very many people say that they really like the designs. It's really, very many people actually also watch these videos, leave comments, and people are quite active on these videos, which I'm very happy with. Even like architects react on these videos, which is crazy, because I'm just like a 15-year-old boy turning 16, like I think in a few weeks, which is pretty cool actually. But I always forget what my birthday is, like, or at least of course I know the date, but I'm always like okay, it's July now, and then I don't realize that like the 7th of August, which is my birthday, is really coming close, but it is. But what I was talking about is that I just do this because I like to do this. I like to make videos, and I like to look at the end result. And I'm not like an architecture study student or anything. I might want to do that in the future, but like I'm not doing that yet. But still, like, people ask me to make designs for them, and therefore I've actually recently someone actually told me, like, he emailed me saying that he actually would like me to build a house for him. Often I must say that those are kind of scam emails, so I don't take that too seriously anymore. Someone once mailed me saying that he would like to kind of build Dubai in Africa, kind of like a new city, kind of like Dubai, but then in Africa. Honestly, I'm not sure whether I should really believe such things. Of course, it doesn't really sound realistic, so I'm like, okay, is it true? But this person, I'm not sure whether it's true, but this person also said that I should actually get a Fiverr account, which I had actually never heard of before, but I decided to look it up. And it turns out that Fiverr is a site where you can offer a service or anything like artworks or whatever you do, something you're like kind of good at, and some people might want to buy or pay money for you to do that. He said that I should actually get a Fiverr account and sell my models there. So I kind of looked into that, and I decided to just make an account. I was like, okay, quite some people mail me saying that they would like me to make or use my models. I personally think it's pretty cool to have like my models really being used. So I thought, in this way I can kind of help people. I can also just make some extra money, which would be cool. But it's not really expensive when you buy something there. It's just like, and just something extra, which is cool. And in this way you also offer like a new service, and it's just trying out. I think so far I've only had it for like 3 days, and I've never really been working very seriously on it, but I have opened one gig, and a gig is actually kind of what you offer. So the service you offer, you call that a gig. I've only so far offered a gig which lets others like send their SketchUp designs to me, and then I make a render for them. So those cool looking realistic pictures at the end of this video, which you'll see, then people can get those pictures made by me, and then I'll believe, of course, I'll put the link in the description, by the way, you can check it out if you're interested, because if you like have SketchUp, you've maybe made a model once and would like to render it, I believe I had the price, I don't even remember, it was like $5 for 2 renders, but that was just kind of a starting point, because of course it does take time for me, because I do have to like take into consideration that I have to do that. So the first ones are kind of relatively expensive, but then if you have 3 more, it's $10, and then in total if you have 8, I believe 15 or something. And I kind of came up with the idea to maybe do like a discount for my subscribers as well, but I have no idea whether that really works. But yeah, maybe I could do that. But if you would like me to render something for you, just, you know, like mail me over there, not in my normal mail. Yeah, you could, like, as long as you just mail me on my normal mail, it's okay as well. So the one which is in the description, but don't message me on like Facebook or Twitter or like Instagram, because I won't really take that into consideration as like a real offer, because in that way I can't keep up with that, because I get quite some messages there and I don't always follow those. I do my best to do so, but I just simply can't follow them all. But yeah, if you would like me to render something, then you could send me a mail, and then, you know, it doesn't really take that long. It takes, I think I can be done in like 1 day. It depends on how many offers I get. If I get 1 offer in a day, I can finish it in 1 day, but if I get 100 offers, I can't finish that in 1 day. But yeah, just, you know, if you are interested in that, you can check out that link. I thought like I could of course share it here. You know, this is kind of the audience which would be interested. This is just something I'm trying out, and I'm not really sure whether this will be like something I'm going to continue doing, whether it's something I'm going to be like really getting into, or just is just something I'm really trying out. For now it is, but maybe it can be something like more serious, which I think would be cool. It would be pretty cool to actually, you know, sell those models and really maybe see some of my buildings like really being made. But yeah, for now this is just something I wanted to let you know. I'm planning on actually opening a gig in which I actually like build models to like someone's wishes as well, but that's a little bit harder, because in that way you know, that would take quite some time to really build a house, especially if you have to really keep in mind that you have to hold to certain like things people want to have. So like 1 kitchen, 3 bedrooms, if you really have to take that into consideration, 3 levels, then it takes quite some time to build such a house. And then like $5 would probably not be enough, especially if I would like make many, because it just takes quite some time. But I'm planning on maybe doing something like that as well. If you are interested, please just let me know, and then I know whether I should actually like put some time and effort into that or not. But yeah, I think we've talked enough about Fiverr. Yeah, this is the Modern Mountain House. As I said, it's yeah, I think you can call this a big house. It's kind of hard to explain, but this is a big house. It has a really cool infinity pool, which I think are some of the coolest things out there. Infinity pools are so awesome. They just look so incredible. So I've decided to add one over here as well. Many windows. At the end there are some really cool renders which I've made with rRender Next, because always people ask me, even if I tell in the video, what rendering program do you use? I use rRender Next. Maybe I should put it in the description once. And that's also the program I make the rendering tutorials for. So yeah, here I had some struggles, by the way, making those window panels. For some reason it didn't really work out, but in the end I think it did. It just took some time. But yeah, I'm also started a Let's Build series in SketchUp, but I'm not continuing that, sorry. But that was just a very short series for when I was on holiday. Yeah, I actually planned to like finish it, but not very many people like watched it or responded, so therefore I decided to just stop it and just make speed builds, which I'm sure those people will like as well, and which I honestly like a little bit more to make, because you have like one end result. So yeah, that holiday is another thing I would like to talk about, because if you are planning on like going on Fiverr and maybe asking me to do something, that's fine. But please keep in mind that like I'm leaving on Saturday on holiday, and therefore I will not be working in or well, working on those things during my holiday. So therefore, if you order something like on Friday, you'll probably have it like in 2 weeks. So please keep that in mind. But always just first like mail me or just contact me, and then you can we can arrange like how much time it will take and that kind of stuff. But that's just one small Fiverr message. The link to like that account is in the description. But yeah, I really think this house turned out to look cool. It's like, it kind of reminded me, if you've played GTA, which some of you maybe have, it really depends. But if you have not, it's quite a cool game. It's like, I think it might be even one of the best games. The Sims 4 is really cool, but GTA is maybe even better because it's so cool. But it reminded me of Franklin's house, and it actually really looks a lot like Franklin's house. And I think some people who have not been able to watch till here and have not actually listened to this part of the commentary will probably comment about it, because it really looks a lot like it. But that house is pretty cool, so I don't think it's really a bad thing. It wasn't really inspired by it, but yeah, for some reason it just turned out to look like this, because you know that curved part. If you look it up, Franklin's house GTA, you'll definitely find it. It's his big house, not the small gang house. It's the big villa in the what do you call those hills? Those Santos and the I don't even know the name of those hills anymore. They are the Hollywood Hills in reality, but in GTA I forgot the name. I've like haven't played that in like quite a long time. But anyways, here I decided to in the end make this quite a detailed house. I'm always doubting whether I should like really only create kind of the shapes and the concept of the house or really make it detailed. But in the end, I often go for detailed simply because the renders look better in that way, and the renders are just so cool to make, and the end result is always so cool. So therefore I in the end often go for like quite a realistic or at least detailed look. So I went for that look in this way as well. I'm always trying, or not always, but recently I've been trying to kind of make components or use components, because everyone says I should use that, which I understand, but for some reason, for some things, it just doesn't really work. I should have definitely made those pillars with components. I know that, sorry, forgot it. And furthermore, what should I have made with components? You know, some parts would have been easier, but I just also really like to kind of shape the house as if it's clay, just kind of shaping it from the bottom up just to everything. But those pillars would have been so much easier if I'd done it with components, so you're definitely right there. But next time I might remember to do that, but maybe not, you know, we'll find out. Because I'm planning on actually making another speed build, a Sketchup speed build for during the holidays, so when I'm away, but I still have to make that, and I have 3 days left, nearly 2. So I will have to find out whether I'm actually going to be doing that or not. But you'll find out soon enough. I think I also have some Iron and NXT tutorials, some really cool ones. So if you are interested in that rendering program, you can check it out. Because yeah, rendering can really make SketchUp so much better, seriously. So yeah, SketchUp overall is just, you know, people also, if you're like, that's kind of hard for me to make a commentary, or at least to decide whether to talk about like things which are very basic, so I have to explain everything, or just talk a little bit advanced, because I know architects watch this, so therefore they of course know everything I'm talking about because they understand everything. But there are also people who just normally watch my Sims videos and have never heard of SketchUp maybe, so therefore I'm going to explain it now. SketchUp is just this 3D modeling program. It's free, or at least the make version is free. The pro version costs money, but I just use the make version, and I think it's seriously more than enough. I don't know what you would use the pro version for, but it's like $500, so I wouldn't advise to buy it. If you would like to spend $500, I would advise to actually spend it on like a rendering program, because that can really make it look so much cooler. But you can just use this for free and just really design anything you want. I'm always designing houses, but you can design cars, business cards, whatever. Well, business card, you can't really design paper, but 3D printed models you can like do quite much with this program, which I really like about it. And yeah, you can really be very creative with it. So yeah, and for some reason, yeah, I'm really happy to see actually that people like this. This is seriously something I just one day came up with to just start, and then in the end, yeah, people liked it, but it was not that it went like viral or very many people watched it. But it turns out that many of those videos are actually watched, and probably because I'm like nearly the only one doing it. Yeah, I just really like to design these. I just have to come up with an idea so now and then, and sometimes I don't have an idea, and then it takes like, as it did this time again, like a few months between the builds. But you know, I'm planning on making more of them. But I always say that, seriously, sorry. Let me see, we're just painting this. I had some struggles choosing what color I wanted to go for with this build. In the end, I believe I'm actually deleting all the whites and I'm going for like a really brown and wooden color, but still modern and actually very luxurious. That's kind of the feel you get when you look at this house. Yeah, here we go. We actually changed it all and I think it looks so cool in the end, but it was kind of hard to decide which color to go for. But yeah, here I'm making, yeah, I must say the back, which might look the front for you because you know that's the part I've put most effort into so far, but that's actually the back because it's looking out over the mountain, and then at the front you have that road, and that's the part we're working at like at the moment. But I've decided to like make that very basic, not too detailed, seriously, because the back is often just more important, and you know the front you only get in there and it's along the road, so you're not going to sit there or anything, you're just going to live at the back of the house. Here, by the way, I tried to actually use components to make those pillars. Didn't work out, but I'm planning on actually really doing that. But I know very many people seriously say that I should use components more often, and I'm planning on doing that. But I just, yeah, for some reason I just think the way I build is just normal, or at least it's for me it's easier. But I'm sure that once I actually find out what components really work like, that's going to just be so much easier. I'm sure about that. But yeah, I'm going to put some more effort into that after the holidays. So yeah, let me see here. We're actually making like chairs there. I do actually use components because that's just so much easier. And I do really realize that because you can just like copy this. And if you change the size of one chair, it actually changes the size of all of them. So it just still looks the same. And by the way, I really like these chairs. I'm so happy with them. They just turned out to look so cool. I tried to actually add like a headrest as well, but in the end that didn't turn out to work. But yeah, still it turned out to really look cool in my opinion. So yeah, let me see here. I'm actually adding another fence, I believe. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then, by the way, the renders, as I said, are at the end of the video, just like always. And I believe the renders in this time turn out to look pretty cool. Made with our render NXT, as I said, or our render next depends. Renderplus.com is their site. So yeah, let me see, what am I doing? I believe I'm going to add a bar in the end as well. Or in the end, like yeah, there we go. I actually downloaded that that's bars tool from the warehouse because didn't really feel like making an entire bar, so it would just take a little bit long to make that. The bar was actually made by me, as you can see over here, and then I'm just adding those bar tools, and in the end that really makes it a little bit more detailed, the entire house as well, which I like. So let me see, there we have those bar tools. What am I going? Also, this is actually the first house, I believe, which I've added a night render in, which turned out to look pretty cool. I believe it's not of the entire house, it is only of like the bar and some outside part of the house, but still it's pretty cool, I believe. But I'm not sure because I've made it render like a few days ago. You'll see in a few seconds, I believe, or yeah, a few seconds. That's like not even bad because 15 seconds left, I believe. Here I kind of tried to make like a cabinet at the back of the bar to like put like the drinks, but it turned out to not look that cool. I'm adding some palm trees and then we're done. Here you're actually seeing the the renders, which turned out to look really cool in my opinion. But anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the speed build. I hope you maybe learned something new, you got some ideas. If you'd like me to build something for you, or you would like me to render anything, as I said, Fiverr is the place to go to. I'll put the link in the description. It's really something new I'm just trying out. If you're used to Fiverr, you know something about Fiverr, please let me know how I could actually improve my Fiverr, how I could maybe improve what I do. And then, yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you back later.